Taco Tuesday! It is the early morning before I do anything else, because otherwise I get completely inundated with news and stuff. I'm really loving this. Look at my nails. I'm covered in black gesso. I did just fill a page with black gesso because I didn't like where it was going. Anyway, we are alive on planet Earth. It is Tuesday. I am happy to be upright and not crying. Alright, let's pull and see what Tarot has for us today. I've been getting a ton of core cards. It's like every day the Tarot shows up and says, here's how to handle today, here's how to be. And so far that's working out for me. But I would like something else to focus on. So just bring it, Tarot. Whoops. One more, I think. Nope. It's cards all the way. Tarot is like, look, we know how you struggle with us. So we are just going to throw ourselves at you day after day after day. And I'm like, all right, fine. Fine. Queen of Cups, lovely card. The Queen of Cups is a lovely character. I do feel like I do a lot of Queen of Cupsing in my life. I feel like that is already an energy that is quite present for me because I work so much within the realm of like what is, you know, what is the person sitting across from me feeling and how can I attend to them. This is me as a reader. If you've ever had a reading with me, you know that there's a little bit of a combo deal happening there between this character who is very intuitive and loving and tenderhearted and open and caring and nurturing, and then also the Queen of Swords, which is very straight and to the point and tells the truth. And so it's interesting to me that you know, I'm getting these queens this week. It feels like a reminder to be, you know, to stay in my own lane. And I don't mean that in a limiting way. I mean, you know, there's a lot of conversations going on right now about things outside of my own control. You know, we just, I mean, the Prime Minister of Canada was caught on a hot mic saying, you know, this annexing thing is real, like this is a real deal and this is what he really wants. And that freaked me out a little bit because look, I love my American friends and all, but I am Canadian and my plan is to stay that way. So it is upsetting what's going on. It is upsetting, and it is not guaranteed that I will handle it perfectly or beautifully every single day of my life. There are going to be days when I need to go, you know, straight up blanket fort with a binge watch of like Bachelor in Paradise or something, just to keep myself from going completely off the rails. So Queen of Cups is a tall order for me right now because I'm trying my level best to stay sort of stable. And being open to what I'm feeling is a little bit of a struggle right now, just because it's scary in there. It's scary in there. Yeah. Let me see here. Because what I'm thinking is there a safe way to stay open? That's what I'm thinking. How do I stay open safely? I'm just going to pop this deli paper in here. I'm going to just create a portal This is a big fat acrylic paint pen. Yeah, it's going to go through. I kind of knew that before I did it. It's totally fine because whatever I come into the next spread with will cover that up. So I'm just going to start by making a portal. You know, one of the things that I know for sure is that if I repress emotion, that's really bad for me. But I also have to be very careful about getting stuck in a rumination cycle. So I want to be open. I want to be empathetic. But I don't want to be at risk for being like in a big spiral, right? These are great, by the way. I discovered these through my friend Sal. Sal Shaiba is a wonderful illustrator and artist from Ontario. She and I have had the pleasure of meeting in person, and she actually gifted me my first big fat Uniposca paint pen. And I'm so grateful because they are fantastic for, you know, large areas. They also come like this. This is a bottle. This is called the Mappa, the Uniposca Mappa. Look at this. It is just so, ta-da, boom. Just so like that, right? Just so full of paint, covers a vast area. And then it dries matte, which is nice. It's not as good a surface to work on for like my painty table or spreads where I want to use stuff that needs tooth, because it is quite, it's matte, but it's not toothy. But I'll show you what it looks like when it's dry. These are great if you can find them. I found mine at my local art supply store. Bijan just tends to carry all the stuff that I want and need, but here you can see that it dries quite matte, which is nice. It almost perfectly matches the black gesso that's already on here. But listen, no tooth. There's no tooth in this at all. So if you were wanting to go into this acrylic paint with like colored pencils and stuff, you might have a little bit of a hard time. If you can get this easier than you can get block gesso, that's great. You can cover a large area with this and then add a layer of clear gesso to create a nice toothy background. But I will warn you, that's an expensive proposition in comparison with the Liquitex black gesso, which is my absolute favorite black gesso. I have used the golden black gesso, and in fact I have a huge jar of it. But I reach for the Liquitex over and over and over again because it has just the right amount of tooth for me. Golden is a little bit too smooth for my use, for my purposes. People love that. They love a smooth gesso. But I need a little bit of tooth in my gesso for it to work for me. So this is what the paint pen looks like versus the gesso itself. Almost an exact match. But again, there's no tooth in this, whereas the black gesso is toothy. It's got a little bit of a grit to it. So your pencils, colored pencils, and if you want scrubby applications of acrylic paint, all of that is going to work better on top of the Liquitex black gesso than it will on top of the Posca paint pen. But so great to have a variety of different options with these paint pens. I have every single size of paint pen by Uniposca black paint pen known to man. I don't have that in white though. I only have that in the black because that's what I use the most. I do have a bunch of the white ones, just not the great big white one. I'm really lucky in that my local art supplier, Bijan, who is Canadian owned, like, it's so not a franchise. The guy that owns it, his name is Bijan. When you go in, he is there. You say hi, Bijan, and then you wander around his store. It's a very sort of local mom and pop feel of a store, and I love it. But he has the whole display of Uniposcas right at the front of the store when you walk in. Every single Uniposca marker is there. He also has the Faber-Castell Pit Pens a la carte as well. So when you run out of magenta, you don't have to go buy a whole sleeve. You can just buy magenta. And for my Canadian babes, of whatever gender, if you're looking to shop Canadian, if you want to support a Canadian store, Bijan's is your Huckleberry. They do carry some Tri-Art products, and they also carry some store brand, so Bijan brand paint and stuff. So they've got all of that, and they do ship. So you can order online and have it shipped straight to your door. I am a huge fan. Bijan is a lovely human. And yeah. So the thing that I want most today, looking at the Queen of Cups, you know, and thinking about that being that open, being as open as the Queen of Cups would demand of me, is stressing me out. Again, because if I'm feeling everything that I'm that is arising for me right now, I fear that I will be overwhelmed. However, that being said, I also know that rejecting my feelings or not feeling my feelings is very problematic for me personally. So I've got my Ohuhu metallic paint markers. This is 2 sets of them, by the way, because unfortunately, unlike a bunch of the other stuff that I have, you can't buy these a la carte. So the colors that I use most often run out quicker than all the other colors. And if I want to replace those colors, I have to buy a whole set, which is annoying. Oh, I hope you're listening. So what I'm going to do is, because I've got this lovely black background, I'm going to avail myself of these markers, and I'm just going to put down color. Just filling the whole thing with different colors. And then I'm going to pull out something that feels relevant or good. I'm already sort of starting to see like a lotus flower or something like that coming out of this. I think I want this purple. These are great, by the way. They've got a bullet point and they have a brush tip. I default to the brush. I love the brush tip.